What in the world happened to the markets last week?
And did Tropical Storm Barry have anything to do with that?
And the Boston Bruins weren't the only ones to have a collapse. Hello, my name is Barry Horvath, and this is Moving Forward TV, your local market update.
And I am DeLynn Gaston. Thanks for joining us. So, Barry, what the heck happened last week in the mortgage world?
In the mortgage world?
Rates.
I have no idea. I was actually in Mexico, just hovering around out there, just cruising, waiting to see when I was going to hit landfall.
Or so that's what the spaghetti models said, right?
Well, yeah.
Hurricane Barry.
Actually, no, that's not true at all. Really, what I was doing was checking out the Miami Heat, winning championships. And oh my gosh, did you see the Bruins last night?
No, I didn't.
Total collapse. They're going to Game 7.
They
totally collapsed. Congratulations to the Blackhawks. That's all I can say.
This is lovely, but mortgage rates, markets.
Oh,
remember?
These guys want to hear about sports update. I'm telling you.
No, that's a different show.
All right, here's the real story.
You should do a sports update show.
I will do that.
Let's get back to rates.
Next week. Ben Bernanke, Benny Boy, we'll call him. They hold a meeting and they basically say he is going to taper off on buying mortgage-backed securities.
So what does the market do?
So the market goes, yeah.
Sell off.
How does that go again? That's pretty good.
That sound good?
Yeah, sound effects and
Sounds
everything.
like a hurricane, right?
So,
Hurricane Barry.
All right, if you guys watch our previous shows, we talked about QE3 where the government was buying $40 billion a month in mortgage-backed securities.
Yeah.
Well, he says, I'm going to taper it off.
Which was what is keeping our rates nice and low.
Yeah, historically low.
Yes.
And unfortunately, by him just making that little hint of next year we may taper it off, bam, markets collapse.
All the man has to do is sneeze and the markets sell off, it seems.
I know.
Anytime he does anything, the markets sell off. And of course, they totally overreacted.
Yes, they did.
So what did he do?
So Benny Boy comes back and
This is the good part.
He holds another meeting to calm the markets, okay?
A full-blown press court.
Yeah, he did. He did a great job. So he calms the market by creating more disruption. So what do rates do? They go up even more.
Even more of a frenzy. It was a nightmare. So what does this mean?
I'll tell you what it means.
Poof. Poof.
Can you see that?
Is poof like a real official term of mortgage interest rates? Poof. That's
poof
what
rate.
happened.
Poof is not a term, okay? It's not a real word.
In interest rates it is.
No.
Poof.
No.
They went poof.
Okay, poof. We looked at the national average of all the big banks. Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase.
It was like a big bang, huh?
It was. And most rates have gone up on your 30-year fixed to about 4.5 to 4.75. And 15.
Horrible.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Horrible.
It's not. I'm going to tell you about horrible.
Yeah, I know.
You're going to tell them about horrible.
I'm going to tell them about horrible.
How come you're the horrible this week?
I don't know.
Would you shut up? We're doing a show. Just be quiet for 1 minute. Let me finish, okay? 15-year rates have not gone up as much, but they still have gone up probably in the 60 to 75 basis points. Now, what do you want to say? Tell them why it's not horrible.
All right. So this is not really horrible, even though I'm saying it's horrible. It does feel like it's horrible, but it's really not that horrible. As a quick reminder, interest rates used to be really horrible. They were double digits for all during the 80s, halfway through the 90s. Then they got down in the 90s, they got down to around, 7.5% to 8.5%. And they stayed there for like 10 years. And you know what? Everything went just fine and dandy. And then they started dripping down into the 6s, which was wonderful and awesome. Then down into the 5s, then down into the 4s, and then into the 3s. We all knew it wasn't going to last. This was historically, you like that word?
That's a big word for you.
Low. and we all knew that they were going to go up. Now, all of the economists, for what it's worth, are predicting that the interest rates, that the markets totally overreacted. Totally overreacted. Like I said, every time he sneezes, they overreact.
Yeah.
They did.
That's Benny Boy for you. Don't let the boy sneeze. Give him a tissue, okay? All right. Since you used horrible like 7 times, I'm going to tell you something else that's not horrible. In fact, some of the big banks' ARM rates actually went down.
on the positive side, ARMs are going to come back now.
ARMs are coming back big time. In fact, Freddie Mac has announced this year, they looked at it, 11% of their portfolio has moved to ARMs. The
Which is great.
5-year, the 7-year ARMs, even the 3-year ARMs.
Right.
Next year, for 2014, they predict that 15% of consumers will move to the ARMs.
And this is not necessarily a bad thing. This is a good thing too. This will help sell some of those homes out there because of the interest rate rise. If you can get the lower interest rate and for a short period of time in an adjustable rate mortgage, y'all know that, it helps you get into a house a little bit smoother, a little bit easier at a comfortable payment.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible. It's not a horrible thing. We used to see ARMs a lot, and now, with the interest rates, fixed rates being so low, the ARMs kind of went away. But they are a great product because most of the time people only stay in a home 5 to 7 years, and then they turn it. That's what gets the world going round, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, we have a public service announcement now.
Beep, 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 beep.
No, it's
Or whatever.
Get it
I
right.
even beeped wrong.
If you're going to do a public service announcement, you got to do it right. The one thing people need to watch out for, you as a real estate professional or as a buyer or as just a smart person on the street, like all of our viewers are very intelligent.
That's right.
If rates go up this much, obviously your buying power is going to decrease.
Right. Watch your pre-approvals and your pre-quals that you're walking around with. If you as a real estate agent are taking someone out there and they're qualified for $150,000, this 1% interest rate hike
is going to lower them down to about $140,000.
rough numbers. So just be
give or
careful.
take.
Yeah, call your bankers, make sure your loan officers or whatever that they're like rechecking this for you before somebody absolutely falls in love with something that they now can't afford, unfortunately.
Exactly. Like you. Nobody
I
can
know.
afford you, DeLynn.
Thanks everybody for watching. This is a great show to put out there. A lot of people are wondering what happened, so please share this. We're out there on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn,
Yes.
one of your favorites lately and everything. Thanks again. We are Today and Every Day.
Moving forward.
We'll see everybody next week.